Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, TJ Dillashaw recently came out and spoke about his recent loss to Aljamain Sterling. Sparring was awesome. I was doing great in camp against high-level guys. The Juan Archuleta's, the Cub Swansons, guys we were bringing in. I was on point, man. I really was looking good. I was in insane shape. Because of the shoulder situation, I had been working harder on my physical therapy and working on strengthening up my shoulder. The way I felt and the things that were going on, obviously it got worse the closer I got to the fight, but man, I was on point. Because of me having one arm, that changed my game plan up, but I was so focused on the combos I can hit with my right hand and kicks that I felt amazing. I don't feel that my ability has gone anywhere, but maybe a little bit of want. This sport is a tough one, and then all the stuff I got through here and there kills a little bit of the fire, but I think my competitive edge will always drive me, so I'm not done. You guys will see me again. There's no way I'd go out like that, and if I can come back, I'll get back to the top. Chito Vera and Aljamain Sterling recently had a back and forth on Twitter. It started off with Chito tweeting, "Make Henry versus Hezbollah and me versus the champ. Call it a day. Main and co-main easy at UFC at Dana White." He followed it up with, "Okay, what date works for you?" at Aljamain Sterling. To this, Aljamain replied with, "I said June, but I'm sure I'll have the itch to compete again sooner than that. I really don't care against who. If Dana says you, then it's done. Hashtag I didn't forget you, Chito." Chito replied, "I'm not tripping, let's do it. Trust me, I will make you remember me." Aljamain then replied, "This is why I do this sport. After I smash you, maybe we'll have cervezas." Chito replied, "I'm finishing you." Aljamain ended with, "Good luck." Michael Bisping recently spoke about the upcoming fight between Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. Here's the clip.
I think Dustin Poirier, all fights start on the feet, and I think Dustin Poirier has the better boxing, as I said. He's got the longer reach, but only by 1 inch. When you see Michael Chandler, he's a shorter guy, but he's got 71-inch reach, Dustin Poirier 72, so not much of an advantage there. But I just think he puts together better combinations, very, very fluid footwork. He likes to switch stances. He'll glide in and out. Of course, he's a black belt in BJJ, as I said before, so that's a threat for Chandler if it hits the ground. But I don't think Chandler's going to be too bothered about that. Listen, we all know how to do arm bars, whether you're a black belt, purple belt, whatever it is. You know, most of us, you know, if you've been doing MMA long enough, you know how to fight on the ground, okay? And there's certain ways that wrestlers like Chandler can mitigate your offense if you're a BJJ guy. So for Chandler, he's got to mix in takedowns. He's got to go from the boxing to the takedowns. Lots of level changes, lots of feints, lots of fakes. Use the hands, set up the level changes. I don't think we'll see too many kicks from either man. For Dustin Poirier, throwing kicks that could open a door for Chandler to counter with takedowns. So I don't think we'll see many kicks from Poirier, but the hands will be on display. I think Poirier is going to keep this one on his feet. I think he's going to dance around the octagon, use the jab, frustrate Chandler a little bit, but then remember this is only a 3-round fight. So I think he's going to be cagey to start. There's always a feeling out process. Then rounds 2 and 3, I think we're going to see Dustin Poirier going in there and trying to, you know, really establish a lead, really get ahead, obviously looking for the TKO, but Michael Chandler is very tough. However, he has been dropped. He got dropped of Tony Ferguson, you know. He got dropped of Charles Oliveira, the former champ. You know, he has been shown to be a little bit chinny.
What do you guys think about this fight? And who do you think comes out on top? Let us know in the comment section. On a recent episode of the Weighing In podcast, Big John and Josh discussed George St. Pierre's potential return to competition.
I will tell you this. Is it possible? Sure. Anything's possible. But there has to be certain elements involved when you're looking at someone like George St. Pierre. First off, George St. Pierre does not like fighting. He's kind of like Frank Shamrock. Frank Shamrock did not like to fight, but he was good at it. He was good at it, and George St. Pierre was good at it, no doubt about it, but he doesn't really like it. So that's one element when you look at it. So he's not coming back because he misses it. He doesn't miss it. I don't think he really cares about the fame part that much. That's really not, George has never been that interested in, you know, how famous he's got enough fame where he's going to be fine for the rest of his life with whatever he gets. So then it comes down to one thing, and that's money. And now anybody can look and say, in the end, yeah, for that amount of money, I'll do it. And that's really what I think it's going to come down to. Right now, George is not in any type of financial problems. He's got a lot of money. He can live the rest of his life very comfortably and not have to work another day or train another day or fight another day in his life. But if they offer him enough money, I think there's always the possibility. But as time goes by, that possibility and that window gets smaller and smaller.
What do you guys think about Big John and Josh's comments? And will we see St. Pierre in some kind of fight in 2023? Let us know your opinion in the comments down below. Ariel Helwani believes the UFC is moving on from trying to organize a fight between Stipe Miocic and Jon Jones, and this may be the end for Stipe's career. Helwani said, I think once they didn't really come correct with an offer, and that's what really happened there. It was like, hey, you want to fight him, here's the amount, take it or leave it, and Stipe was like, and then they just moved on. So now I think they're going to try to make the fight against Ngannou in March, and if they do that, who is Stipe going to fight? Is he going to be motivated to fight for less money to fight Cyril Gane or Curtis Blades? I can't see it happening. So it wouldn't shock me if we never see him again. Could he come back? Sure. Next week? Great. But wouldn't shock me if we never see him again. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this marks the end of Stipe's career. Stipe is going off into the night very quietly. Maybe it's a social media post or something like that. He's a pretty quiet, private guy, like his life as a firefighter. He was not going to make a big deal at the end of his fighting career. In a recent interview, Dan Hooker speaks about how numerous losses in a row led to the end of his ego within mixed martial arts. Here's the clip.
Last time you sort of joked about how like, man, there's no way I'm making 145 again. But like in all seriousness, how did you sort of go about making that decision to return to lightweight and just in general, like choosing your next career moves after the Arnold Allen fight?
Nah, that was like a definite straight after. Like I knew what I was doing. I knew it was like a calculated risk and stuff like that, but it's definitely something that I wouldn't have done if I had my team around me and stuff like that. But again, it's a fresh start. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like I was saying, like I wouldn't be in the position I am now if I hadn't gone through those challenging experiences. Like even like I'm talking like back-to-back losses. Like that is that's like somewhat of a ego death. You know what I mean? Like that is just earth-shattering for a fighter whose ego is supposed to be like the biggest thing, and you're supposed to be, you know, this big strong person that's can beat up anyone in the world. You know what I mean? And then to have to face those things back to back, that was to me where the real growth was, because there was, after two losses like that, there is absolutely no hiding. There's no hiding from the mistakes that you made. There's no hiding from the holes in your game. There's no hiding from like the mental lapses that you are falling into. You have absolutely no choice but to face those things and to fix those holes and to create a better version of yourself. So again, like I can't sit here and wish that they didn't happen, because in the long run, I'm just gonna be a much better version of myself.
Paulo Costa is set to take on Robert Whittaker next year, and if he wins, he may get another shot at the title. However, it still seems like Costa is planning to leave the UFC sooner than later, and has recently announced he will be moving on to boxing. Here's what Costa had to say in a recent tweet. My miserable contract with the UFC was up in a few short months, will expire in time. A new boxer is coming to town. What do you guys think about this news? Do you think Costa will do well in the boxing world? Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.